welcome everyone. Welcome to Stoner Podcast. Hope everyone is doing amazing today. Happy Hump Day for those who celebrate. So, today I am discussing the Idaho 4 case. In particular, we are going to look into Molly, the DoorDash driver. Um, we're going to look into her interview because honestly, some of you guys find it kind of odd that um, obviously the witnesses, the roommates that survived this atrocity, aside from Dylan and Bethany, the other two witnesses in this case that seem to have inserted themselves, either inserted or planted, okay, are none other than the DoorDash driver, Molly, and also McMichael is her last name, and Eric Gower, the Uber driver, Uber Lyft driver. So you have Molly, you have Eric, and of course, Brian Kohlberger. 3 witnesses or supposed witnesses that were in the area at the time of the crimes, the time of the unalivings, right? Isn't that strange, huh? Makes you wonder, did they insert themselves there or were they sent to do a job? In my opinion, honestly. So we're going to take a look at the DoorDash driver and her statements to law enforcement. So apparently, there is no evidence from the DoorDash directly tying Molly McMichael to that order, unfortunately. So we're going to go over her statements. But before I do that, let me go ahead and share my screen with you guys. We're going to take a look at her actual. Before I do the interview, I want to look at her statements in writing, if that makes sense. So let's do that. Here we go. And this is supplemental one of, is this the one I want? Yeah, 104. Okay, so here we go. Obviously, Brett Payne, we'll later see him, right? So on November 23rd is when she was called in, you guys. November 23rd, okay? Now, this is what? Almost a month. I'm sorry, no, a less, couple weeks, my bad. Right? So she came into the Moscow Police Department to be interviewed about her presence in the area of 1122 King Road during the early morning hours of November 13th. Again, yeah, this is something we need to discuss. We need to talk about it, right? We need to talk about who was all that was in the area during this time. Yeah. We already looked at some interviews, but here we are. The people that don't fit, like that stand out, that don't fit, it to me is Eric Gower, Molly, and Brian Kohlberger. What's going on, right? What was happening in this area? Were they sent here for a specific job? Were they sent here? Let's see. Let's take a look at their statements, right, and analyze them. So here she goes in. She went to be interviewed, right? Now, Molly told me she worked for 12 to 18 hours on the night of November 12th. And my thing, like right off the bat, is like, first of all, like, okay, so then if she was a DoorDasher in that area and she was working 12 to 18 hours on that night, That means we're able to track all her orders, you think? Not only are we able to track all of her orders and her activity on this day, we're able also to track down her vehicle, in my opinion. So, here we go. So then she says here that 2 of the orders were at the Queen Road apartment complex, which is immediately to the east of 1122 King Road, which we know. Molly said that the delivery at 1122 King Road was her final order for the evening. It just so happens, right? Just so happens it was her last order. Molly said she could not find the 1122 King Road address as the address number was hidden by the porch light. We know this is not a fact. We know this is not true. That could have been debunked immediately. If there was a trial and she was on a witness stand testifying, this could have been debunked immediately by Ann Taylor or whoever was cross-examining her. Actually, she was a witness for the defense. In fact, she was on Ann Taylor's list. Okay? Immediately debunked. What do you mean you're not able to see the numbers of the house? They were mighty visible, clearly visible. Then Molly said she initially parked in the front of the home. This is what I'm trying to track down, you guys. Working the timeline, and I'm trying to track down all of the vehicles. I know it's been done, but it hasn't been done by me. So I need to personally do it to understand it. So I'm trying to track down her vehicle in that 1112 ring camera, right? And I find this statement rather interesting because right off the bat, this chick comes out and literally says that she saw someone. She saw someone at the window. Here, Molly stated she initially parked in the front of 1122 King Road and could see a female in the top left window. The third story bathroom, you guys. This is where Dylan said she heard Kaylee or Xana crying in the bathroom. Okay. And so Molly is now saying, hey, I saw a female a couple of more times, not just once, two, not just once, a couple more times in the same window. And she ducked down when Molly looked at her. So, I mean, initially when Molly's story came out, this was what, a year ago? We're going on a year. I've never spoken about Molly here in this channel. We haven't discussed it. We haven't looked at the interview or nothing. I want to do that today because I'm working the timeline and I just need to see her car. I need to see for a fact that this chick was there. Were you really there, Molly? I need to look for it. I need to look at the times. So this is where we're digging into this, right? Now, this fucking statement here is blowing my mind because Molly was aware. Molly was aware of the Idaho 4 murders, the students. She says in her interview, she's like, I'm the driver. I'm the driver. She's like, I'm the Doordasher driver. Like, so proud of it. You're so proud you're the driver. Yet. Bitch, where were you with this fucking information? Where were you? November 12th, November 13th. When Moscow was asking for information. Any tips come forward. Right? And look what she was sitting on. She said she saw someone. Dark hair. But that clearly doesn't mean anything, right? Dark hair doesn't mean anything because if you just, even if you have blonde hair or anything, like if you just showered or whatever, your hair is wet, your hair is going to look brown. Not only that, if your hair is like, if you imagine like bloody hair, it's going to look brown. It's not going to look blonde. Okay. So the color here is meaningless, right? But what's more meaningful is that this female, where she was in this bathroom, and she was ducking. And Molly specifically says she would duck down when I looked at her. You got to ask yourself why, right? That's a reaction. To me, that's a reaction of someone that doesn't want to be seen. Why wasn't that looked into further by the Moscow is beyond, it's beyond me. I just don't get it. She continues on to say then she drove to the back parking lot. First of all, there is no back parking lot behind 112 King Road. If she meant that parking lot near the Queen's apartments, then okay. But there is no back parking lot in this house. There's no back parking lot. You know? So then she says she could see the back courtyard area behind the house. Now I'm thinking like, what house is she looking at? Is she even looking at the correct house? Because the courtyard would then be it's not a courtyard. It's not a courtyard. Is she talking about what's her name's deck? Are you talking about Kaylee's deck? Then that's different. Jules, what's up, my love? Happy Wednesday. Yeah. So let's continue. She noticed all the lights were on. And she stated her map told her to walk into the back of the house, but she did not feel comfortable doing so. The map told her to walk behind the house. That's what? Okay, sure. I mean, I get that. I'd say, you know, GPS sometimes takes you the wrong direction or whatever. But she said she didn't feel comfortable doing so because there was no path. All right. Then Molly said she started to walk down the road, which runs north-south immediately to the east of the residence. Molly stated a tan sedan drove next to her while she was walking. Now, there's someone visible in that 1112 cam with a flashlight. I never thought it would be Molly. The thought didn't think, like, because the person looks like they're looking for something on the ground. So I don't know. Like in my mind, I'm like, what? No. Why would you be looking? Because if you look at the footage, the person with the flashlight is like, you know, looking for something on the ground. So I never thought that would be Molly. In my opinion, I didn't think so. Then Molly said there was one male driver and noticed he did not look at me. This is the guy in the sedan. And she said it's silver, it's tan. She said it was tan. He did not look at me, she said. He looked completely zoned and just drove by her. Molly later stated the driver was white with blonde or red spiky hair. Molly also noticed the dome light. I mean, if she noticed his hair, I imagine the guy was not wearing a hat. Like he wasn't wearing a hat. He wasn't wearing a hoodie, right? Or a mask or nothing. No coverings, right? If she was able to gather. right? Then she said she also noticed the dome light in the car was on when it went by, and later told me the male was wearing a light collared shirt. So the guy was wearing a collared shirt, which was light colored. Okay. And what else did she say? The dome light was on in the car. Then she walked back up to then she walked back up to her car and drove back to the front of the house, at which point she saw the address number. I wonder if she like okay, so did she go by the Queens, drop off those two orders, and then come back to 112 King, right? And then she said, she specifically says she placed the order at the front, took a picture, and then left at 4 o'clock. So the picture, I don't know. I've never seen the picture of it. So who knows? During the time Molly was in the area of the King Road residence, the white Elantra can be seen. We're going to look at that. It was driving back and forth on Walenta Drive. I saw it. Yeah, that's right. But I don't think that's Kohlberger. That's the thing. And they're saying it's during the time that she was in the area. So she was in the area 3:56 ish, right? Oh, here, it says it right here. At approximately 3:56 hours. Yeah, there you go. So, yeah, exactly. So we're going to take a look at that. At that point, Molly pulled into the front parking lot before she dropped the order off. The white Elantra pulled in behind Molly's vehicle, a gray Subaru Forester. Hang on. At the point Molly pulled into the front parking lot before she dropped the order off, the white Elantra pulled in behind Molly. That's what she's saying. Now, why would Brian Kohlberger do this? Why would Brian Kohlberger pull up right? No, that can't be Kohlberger. That's the thing. It can't be. It can't be. And it can't be Brian Kohlberger. And why would that vehicle pull if it's a suspect? If you're telling me the suspect was in the white Elantra, and now you're telling me that this suspect that's in the white Elantra was okay, like was truly not giving a fuck and parked behind the DoorDash driver at 3:58. I can't. There's no way I could believe you. There's no way I could believe that the suspect of this murder didn't care to be seen. There's no way. I can't. So, approximately 30 minutes into the interview, Skeleton requested Molly to take part into the cognitive interview. She agreed. Da da da. Then it says subsequent to this investigation, a video footage and cellular data showed the tan sedan Molly saw was likely a light colored SUV. And then they are basically changing her narrative. Right here, they changed her narrative. They said, no, Molly. Sorry, girl. Sorry. You did not see a tan sedan. What you saw was the light colored SUV. You ever watch what's that show? Not Mad Men. Mad Men. Men in Black. Men in Black, where they put that little like thing, like look here, and then your memory totally vanishes. That's what they did to Molly. They said, look here, girl. You did not see a tan sedan. You saw a light colored SUV. So that's interesting to note. that they switched up her story, right? Okay, let's go into this video now. Let's do it. To erase your memory. I swear to you, bro. They're like, Molly, look here, girl. You did not see a Tan Sedan. Ophi, what's up? Yo, I sent you an email. Dude. All right, so let's check out this interview. Shout out to Connor. Connor, check out his channel, you guys. I'm going to open. I closed out my PayPal. I closed Cash App, all that bullshit, because I closed all of that shit. I just don't trust it. I don't trust any of that. PayPal, Venmo, all of that stuff. But I almost want to open it up again only to send Connor, because there's some creators on here that they're only on Cash App, Venmo, you know. And so I want to do that just so I could send a donation your guys' way. Listen to the sound of my voice. You've seen it this way, girl. Exactly. Men in Black 2, girl. I was not expecting that. Wand. Here comes Men in Black. Men in Black. Yo, I love the original song though. Like, nothing beats the classic. I can't believe that fucking song kicks ass. That song kicks ass. Yeah, for real. No, seriously. Like, I honestly, I just want to send Connor some dough, for doing this. Like, at least, Bronxy, Lana, or Lena, and who's the other one? Typical. At least on YouTube, you can send donations, super stickers, or whatever. But there's some creators that they don't have that set up. So I'm just saying. Here comes Men in Black. Men in Black. Wait, I'm gonna Google it for you. Men in Black original. Like, the OG is dope. Original song. Dang, my dog is thirsty. Hold on. Okay. What song was sampled for Men in Black? Her track Forget Me Nots. Okay, it's here. I got it. I found it, Ophi. Share. I'll remove it later. I just want to, just a quick little listen. Hang on. Ready? She's beautiful too. Her name is Patrice Rushen. Yo, shout out to Patrice Russian. There you go. That shit slaps. Like the kids say, that shit slaps. Okay, so here we go. Let's check out this interview. Shout out to Connor. Men in Black. What, like, why is he not wearing his uniform? What's going on here? Wait, what happened, Ophi? I wish Kane had made it clear for me that y'all were streaming. Oh, I always do like last minute streams. I don't know. They're never it's whenever I can. So no, it's okay. You can watch this later. I'm totally fine. Um Here we go. Sounds on.
It's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot. I've talked a lot, so I'm sorry.
You don't have to. Is that good?
Yeah, he's very good. He loves everybody.
Hi, baby. Hi. You're pretty cute, man.
He's 2.5 pounds and 4 years old.
Oh, you're a good girl, aren't you? Yeah.
So yeah, when he passed away, I got to keep him.
She said when he passed away, I got to keep him. She got to keep the dog when someone passed away.
So we have a map here if you need it. Okay. So just let us know what else you need. I'm gonna take some notes.
Okay.
But don't think I'm not paying attention to you. We're
No,
just
I'm not ready.
my brain doesn't work that great sometimes. So I gotta write stuff down or I'll forget.
Payne, I bet you I'll take better notes than you, my dude. With that big old head, your brain doesn't work right with that big old head.
Okay, so I guess the first thing we'll do today is just kind of start, if you wouldn't mind, by when you got your first order that night and when you delivered your last one.
Just tell me about as far as that night went, I think I worked a total of like 18 hours that night. So I mean, but to focus on here, I mean, the 3 calls that I got from there were all.
See, this is why I like listening to the interviews, because they don't take good reports. They don't take good reports. There's stuff that she is saying here that's not written in the reports. So let's go.
They were on the same time.
You know what? I can't see all of you guys' show comments on stage. Let me do this. Yeah, that's better. Okay.
There was 2 calls to the apartment complex next to it, the Burke apartment complex. One was.
It's all good. You know what they say about big foreheads, Ophi. You know what they say about big foreheads.
Big order, large. It's a weird name too. He put down a strange name. I can't even remember what it was, but it was. Some people like to play with the names when they make orders, and it was definitely one of those. Somebody's short around being able to he put down a complex. One was big order. To the here, I mean, the 3.
So I guess the first thing we'll do today is just kind of start, if you wouldn't mind, by when you got your first order that night and when you delivered your last one.
Just tell me about as far as that night went, I think I worked a total of like 18 hours that night. So I mean, but to focus on here, I mean, the 3 calls that I got from there were all relatively around the same time.
Molly received 3 calls. Molly received 3 calls. She said 3 calls from here, and they were all relatively at around the same time.
There's 2 calls. I mean, but to focus on here, I mean, the 3 calls that I got from there were all relatively around the same time.
The 3 calls that I got from there. So wait a second. You're telling me, Molly, are you telling me that at 112 King Road, first of all, let's start from the beginning. Hang on. It's just, okay. Let me just get my thoughts straight. When has anyone called a DoorDash to place an order? Why would she have received a phone call from DoorDash to place an order? Seriously? Hang on, because hold on one second.
Same time.
Jewel. Bigger forehead, bigger frontal lobe.
There was 2 calls to the apartment complex next to it. The 3 calls that I got from there.
Bro, it's like whenever these interviews is like every fucking sentence you gotta like analyze, right? Because how do you get 3 calls? Like what? Like Xana called you and said, I want Jack in the Box. Here's my order. Right? Like, wait, you telling me Xana called you and said, I want Jack in the Box. And then 2 other people from that house said, oh, I want this, I want that. It's not making sense to me. Really
They were
isn't.
all relatively around the same time. There was 2 calls to the apartment complex next to it.
There was 2 calls to the apartment complex next to it to Queens. She's talking about the Queens apartments, right?
The Burke apartment complex one was big order, large.
Interesting. Interesting, because when we watched the body cam footage of the officers canvassing that area, canvassing Queens Road, guess what? No one is saying they ordered a large order. No one said they had a large, put through a large order. So what are you talking about?
It's a weird name too. He put down a strange name. I can't even remember what it was, but it was. Some people like to play with the names.
He said, and that order, that large order, was a strange name. And she thought someone was fucking with her. She thought someone was fucking with her.
When they make orders, it was definitely one of those. Somebody's screwing around me.
Of course.
Yeah. They were all Jack in the Box order.
So far here, what she's saying, she is going into her memory. She's saying some specific details that it's making it believable to me. It's almost believable, right? Because there's specific images. It's not like, it doesn't seem scripted is what I'm trying to say, right?
Jack in the Box orders too, because at that time nothing's open but Jack in the Box around here. The other one that I did was, I think it was, I'm trying to remember, but
I'm trying to remember. She said the other one. Okay.
that apartment, it was in the center section.
Okay. Like she's being specific. So it's leading me to believe like this, like she's probably saying the truth, right? Okay.
By the time I got to that, the one that we're here for, it was my last last call for that.
Okay. By the time
I got to that, the one that we're here for,
by the time I got to this one, the one that we're here for, she's like, yeah, I'm only here for that, right? Okay, cool. So by the time she got to Xana's order,
it was my last last call for that night.
Last call for the night. It sounds like a drink. It sounds like a drink. What do you mean last call for the night? Yo. Wait a second. So now I'm thinking that she was dealing drugs. In my opinion, allegedly, I'm not trying to incriminate anyone or put blame. I mean, it is what it is. But perhaps those phone calls were, Molly, we need some drugs, girl. Girl, we need drugs. And that large order on Queens, that large order was a lot of drugs, right? 3 calls. Maybe she was dealing here. She was dealing to them. And this is why it's a problem. This is probably why she never came out. You guys, this could be why she never came out. Remember when I started this, I said, how do you have this information? How do you have this and not go to authorities with it? It's possible that she was afraid to because this bitch was dealing drugs to students.
For that pretty much evening, in fact, when I got back from to Jack in the Box that night, they thought I wasn't coming back and had thrown away the orders. They had to remake my.
That Jack in the Box, the whole Jack in the Box thing, it's like, I'm not even paying any mind to it. Like right now, you know what? That might be like an undercover slang. That might be like undercover Jack in the Box, meaning drugs, right? So at this point, I'm gonna say it. I don't think that Xana ordered Jack in the Box. That wasn't it. I don't think she ordered food.
Orders so I could deliver them because I didn't think I was coming back. I thought I was good for the night.
Gotcha.
Have you been there at night at that house?
Yes, I have.
I had to remake my orders so I could deliver them because I didn't think I was coming back. I thought I was good for the night.
She didn't think she was coming back.
It's from they see you, they come running down. Was I think it was, I'm trying to remember what it was cheap. Some people like to play order. It was definitely one of those. Somebody's throwing around me. It did was I think it was, I'm trying to remember, but same thing. That apartment. It was in the center section. By the time I got to that, the one that we're here for, it was my last a last call for that night, or for that pretty much evening. In fact, when I got back from to Jack in the Box that night, they thought I wasn't coming back and had thrown away the orders. They had to remake my
All right, this part right here, I'm trying to understand it.
orders, or for that pretty much evening. In fact, when I got back from to Jack in the Box that night, they thought I wasn't coming back and had thrown away the orders. They had to remake my orders so I could, or for that, the one that we're here for, it was my last, a last call for that night, or for that pretty much evening. In fact, when I got back from to Jack in the Box that night, they thought I wasn't coming back and had thrown away the orders. They had to remake my orders so I could deliver them because I.
So they had to remake her order. So she went back to Jack in the Box. Yo, what's up? Hey, Alfie, what do you mean you have more details? I emailed you. Can you respond to the email and let me know what details? Sorry. Maybe the DoorDash drugs orders coordinate with where they order food from. Yeah, Jules, because I was looking into this and there was footage out there of someone driving a truck, a white truck that fled from I don't know, it was Moscow. I'm not honestly, I don't know if it was Moscow or Idaho. Bitch fled the fucking gas station after she saw the cops. And then when I looked into that lady, she works at Jack in the Box. I think her name is Janelle. Janelle, yeah, she works at Jack in the Box. So I don't know, like, dude, like I'm all for this conspiracy theory thing, that because I don't trust the cops, obviously. And I believe that there's drug trafficking going on, child trafficking, organ trafficking, all types of trafficking going on that is controlled and regulated and overseen. It's overseen by law enforcement, in my opinion. So this Janelle chick somehow is tied to Molly, and that Janelle chick worked at Jack in the Box. Could Jack in the Box have been a business, like money laundering? Like you guys ever watch what you call it, Breaking Bad? He opened a whole fucking car wash, and he cleans money, laundered money through the car wash. It's very possible these businesses in these small towns, like these, it's very possible that they can easily use it to cover up the fact of all this drug they're pushing through the town, right? Not a conspiracy. Have you seen the body cam Molly talking in codes? She's Doordasher. She's a Doordasher, and she had like 5K Fenny pills, and they let her go. No. No. Maybe. Perhaps. Yeah, I've seen that one established, and reminds her that it's past a statute of limitations. So technically, she won't get a felony. After she said she's a Doordasher, they were talking code. Ozarks too. It's you money laundering, like it's no joke. Is that when her brother was in the car with her? So, Ophi, I think I seen that. I think I saw that on YouTube somewhere about, her getting pulled over and everything. So, I mean, she Doordasher? Yeah, maybe not. Maybe you're just a drug dasher. Let's say it like that. Maybe a drug dasher here. And these students are calling her. She says call. She doesn't. If you're doing a DoorDash, you don't get fucking calls. Everything is logged. They were unable to prove this. Law enforcement was this investigation. In this case, they were unable to prove. I have it right here. It says it here. The state's reply to defendant's objection to motion in limine. It says the DoorDash records for Xana Kernodle and Ethan Chapin. It contains Ethan Chapin's DoorDash records, but does not contains Ethan Chapin's DoorDash records, but does not contain the records for Xana. I think they try to switch this up. I think they tried to say, hey, Ethan's order is actually Xana's order. I don't know what law enforcement did, but all I know is that they're not telling us the truth. I think they're hiding something here, and it's evident to me. On April 5th, 2023, disclosure is a DoorDash search warrant returns. The warrant return contains photographs, a list of deliveries to 1122 King Road, and span as far back as 2019, and a spreadsheet of communication between the person ordering the food and the DoorDasher. So now I'm thinking here This spreadsheet that they say they have that's spanning back to 2019, is it possible? Is it possible that these are not food orders? Is possible that these orders are drugs? It says the state has not specified which of these records it intends to use at trial, how they were made and kept in the course of a regularly conducted business activity, and if it was the regular practice of that business to make the report or record. They said that they kept a spreadsheet, a record that spans far back as 2019, you guys. The state has not specified which of these records it intends to use at trial, how they were made and kept. They have no idea how these DoorDash records were made and kept in the course of a regularly conducted business activity, and if it was the regular practice of that business to make the report or record. Yo, you guys, I think they just kept records of, I think this is all drugs, in my opinion. She says she was a DoorDasher outside of the hospital, and cops said, why are you telling me that? Or she shouldn't be telling him. Yeah. Like, why are you so proud to say you're the DoorDasher? I'm the DoorDasher. I'm the DoorDasher of the student murders. Like, why? You're so proud to say that, but you didn't come out with this.
I was talking about it. I thought I just put for the night. Have you been there at night at that house?
Yes, I have. Yep.
Okay, so you know that the number.
It says the state no longer intends to rely on this evidence. If the state does, it will lay the proper foundation at trial. Prosecution wasn't even going to use it. Wow. So you're hold on. Let's put this into perspective, right? Let's put this into perspective. So the one witness, you have a witness, and this witness literally is telling you that she was at the scene of the murders at this time that it happens, right? Around this time that it happens, she was there in that area. She delivered to that house. She saw a female ducking, and she saw a white sedan, and she's able to give you a description of the driver. And then you want to say, hey, hold on. Prosecution is like, wait, that white sedan, that was Brian Kohlberger. So you're telling me you saw Brian Kohlberger. Molly's like, yeah, I saw Brian Kohlberger. Okay, so you have this bombshell. You have this bombshell witness that you're able to put at the time of the crime, the scene of the crime, that actually had communication with Xana, right? I mean, according to Molly, it was Xana's orders. So you had some type of communication, right? Some type, no matter what, right? And now the state is like, nah, bro. Prosecution's like, nah, bro, nah, we're not gonna rely. Nah, we're not gonna use this as evidence. Nah, we're not using this. Yeah, we're not gonna use this witness. What the fuck? No, it's not making sense. Actually, like, I feel that this is fucking weird. That was the second time she actually said that too. She said it another time when she got pulled over before. Yeah, about being the dasher, right? Like, what? Why? Is she still in business? I wonder if Molly's still in business, and in business meaning, you know what I mean.
For the house is right there under the light, and it's very hard to see at night. That was probably my biggest problem, was trying to find the number. I didn't actually realize that I was there, which is why I was probably there for about 15 minutes. And my clock, or my map on my phone,
15 minutes is way too long to be somewhere. This was your last order. Dude, this was your last order. Don't you want to fucking get it over and done with and go home? Why would you want to stick around for 15 minutes?
tells me where to go, kept telling me to go up and around. Instead of, I actually initially pulled and parked up right there, parked right in front, but I didn't see the number, so I didn't know. And my map kept telling me to go up and around in there. I kind of walked around with my flashlights on my phone, trying to figure out where it was. I remember when I pulled up, I saw the girl in the window that he told you about. I'll put that.
So, who told you about? Because she says that he told you about. Who? So to me, this was there's a conversation that is missing here. There's context missing here because according to this, he told you, Payne, someone told Payne about the girl. Where's that report, Payne? Where's that fucking report, Payne?
Top window on my phone, trying to figure out where it was. I remember when I pulled up, I saw the girl in the window.
So you have your flashlight and your phone trying to figure out where you're going, but yet the flashlight is pointing to the ground. The flashlight is pointing to the ground if you look at the footage. So you're on your phone with the flashlight trying to figure out where you're going, but yet the light, the flashlight is hitting the ground. So that doesn't make sense to me. Like something tells me that person that we see is not Molly. It's not. I feel like this is something that she was told, in my opinion, honestly, I feel like this was something that she was told to say. Because now they needed a person, right? Now they needed a body. I need a body here. Like I feel like the cops saw the footage and once they saw that footage of that individual with a flashlight or whatever it is, I feel as though they're like, fuck, we need a body now. And you know, who do we use? Molly McMichael. Let Molly be that person, you know? So this could be just things that she was told to say.
About up at that top window on the left, I would swear that she was swinging on a hammock or something, but she could have just been on the top of a bed or something. It seemed odd because she was watching me. And swinging on a
Fuck, yo. Fuck. This is crazy. This is crazy because Molly's statement is believable to me. Why would she lie about this part? Why would she even lie about this? Like this part, I think she's telling the truth. And it's fucking weird that whoever she saw was watching her.
A hammock or something, but she could have just been on the top of a bed or something. It seemed odd.
A hammock?
Up at that top window on the left, I would swear that she was swinging on a hammock or something, but she could have just been on the top of a bed or something. It seemed odd because she top window on the left. I would swear that she was swinging on a hammock or something. But
I saw a hammock somewhere. But I don't remember now. I have to go back to the crime scene photos. But I do remember seeing a hammock. But wasn't it that I remember seeing a hammock, but not on 112. I thought I saw it on like that 119 or 118 house when they go and interview one of the residents and she opens the door. I remember seeing a hammock. I don't know. My bad. It's just like my pattern recognition is patterning right now.
She could have just been on the top of the bed or something. It seemed odd because she was watching me.
For her to say hammock, that means that the girl was like somewhat like swinging, right? Like in a swinging motion, you'd think, right? And Molly's like, it seems odd because she was watching me. What's that about?
And usually when you do an order and somebody sees you, if that's where it's from, they see you, they come running down to the door, whether it's a no contact order or not. And she jumped right down as soon as she saw me. And
Oh,
so
bro. Oh, it just occurred to me. You guys, think about it. Now let's put ourselves in Molly's foot for a second. Molly's shoes for a second. Let's put ourselves in Molly's shoes for a second, okay? You're a dealer. You just got a call. You got 3 calls, she said. 2 in the Queens, 1 at 112 King. A big one at Queens. You go and handle those orders. Then she said, oh, and 112 King was my last order. Again, you're a dealer. Put yourself in Molly's shoes. Now it makes sense. If I put myself in Molly's shoes, it makes sense to me why I stick around. It would make sense to me why I stick around even 15 minutes later. You know why? Because I want to make sure that the appropriate person, the correct person that placed the order picks up the order because they paid good money for it, right? You're not, like let's say it's $50, $100, whatever it is, right? Whatever she's pushing, I don't know. I doubt it's weed. I doubt it's weed. Weed, come on, what? Weed is nothing. It's got to be hard stuff, right? Let's say it's $100, $150. This person, whoever ordered it, you're not just going to walk away, are you, Molly? You're not going to just walk away. You're going to make sure that that person that placed the order for those drugs gets the order because they paid a lot of money for it. So now to me, it makes sense why she waited the 15 minutes. Now to me, it kind of makes sense why she stuck around, right? I'm just putting myself in her shoes. And now I see why she thought, how odd. She's like, wait a second. This girl is just like ducking up and down. Like, are you gonna come get the drugs? I just left the drugs at your doorstep. Are you gonna come get them? Like, what's up? Molly's like, I found that odd. Molly said she found that odd that this girl was ducking. Okay. But now I'm seeing things a little differently. If I from the perspective of Molly now is a dealer. She's a dealer. She's not a DoorDash driver. She was dealing that night. Okay. So if I look at it from that perspective, now I get it. Let's play it. Oh shit, this is 1 hour and 30 minutes. Oh, I'm never getting done with this.
I noticed several times as I was walking around and trying to find the place, she would pop back up in the window and I would see her again.
Okay. Give me one second. I think this is a facility.
Molly's like, bro, I see the girl again, and the girl's watching me. And Molly's like, I find that odd. You just ordered drugs from me. Come get them, bitch. Why you ducking up and down? Come get the fucking drugs.
Okay. Show me some.
Thank you.
Those are pretty good. I don't know if you've had them. They're pretty.
I haven't. So.
Oh boy. Is this a tactic? I don't know if this is a tactic. But why would pain stop her from talking about this very important thing right here?
Okay. Give me one second.
No, why would you stop her? Why would you stop her? She's actually telling you something very important. During the murders, there was someone inside the house. There was a female inside the house ducking, meaning hiding, ducking, pain. What the fuck?
Whether it's a no contact order or not. And she jumped right down as soon as she saw me and saw that I saw her. I noticed several times as I was walking around and trying to find the place, she would pop back up in the window and I would see her again.
Okay. Give me one.
But like pain, like you're supposed to say, describe her. Can you describe her? How tall you think she looks? What color is her skin? Her eyes, her nose, her mouth, big lips, small lips. More details here. No, this motherfucker says, oh, okay, hold on 1 second. I don't give a fuck. What the fuck, bro?
This is a facility. Okay. Show me some.
Oh, this person was knocking? Well, that's even worse. Cause it's like this person's hearing, like whoever this is in another room, they're hearing everything and they're like, oh, we know exactly when to interrupt. Here we go. Because that's just how I see shit.
Thank you.
Those are pretty good. I don't know if you've had them. They're pretty.
I haven't. So I thought it was weird that she kept jumping in and out of the window. Long brown hair, younger girl. There were parties going on all around, lots of noise. I mean, they were everywhere. At one point, I remember I got in my car and I actually drove up here to see because I thought maybe there was a road that's why my map kept trying to tell me to go up there. And I parked up there because it didn't go any further. And I stopped and I parked and I got out and I was walking around with my flashlight and I was looking through the bushes and I could see the inside courtyard.
What bushes? Like, bitch, where are you right now, Molly? Bushes. Wait, because like, where I'm from, we don't say courtyard. Where I'm from, we just say the fucking. So I'm just Googling it to make sure that I'm understanding what she means by courtyard. Like, hold on, courtyard. People say courtyard. Okay, so technically, people refer to courtyard as an open air area of flat ground that is completely or partially enclosed by walls or buildings. Oh, like an enclosed area outside. Okay. The area. Okay. All right. So, but she keeps saying she's at the courtyard. Is she talking about the actual like yard of 112 King? You know? Oh shit. Because on the Queen's apartments, it's not that far actually. I think I know. And if this is so, I think I know where she is at this moment. And if that's the case, she's not the chick we see at that 1112 cam. Let me look at the time, because if that's the case, hang on. What time was that? Let's see. Because she can't.
You walk in that way. It seemed like a back door. There was no apartment numbers on the order or anything. It just seemed it was open. And that's where the map was trying to get me to go. But I didn't feel comfortable going in there because there was no path. It just seemed odd to have you walk in that way. It seemed like a back door. There was no apartment numbers on the order or anything. It was just the house number. There were no directions or any kind of clue to tell me to go that way.
Right. Yeah.
But I do remember that when I was walking with my flashlight on that road, there's nobody out there and it's dark. And I'm a girl and I've got a flashlight. A car came driving by. It was a sedan. It was tan. And the gentleman that was driving, I remember it because it was odd that he did not look at me. You see a girl out there walking around with a flashlight, you look, you see what's going on, and if they're nothing, just completely zoned. And
Not for nothing, but Molly seems quite observant of who's looking at her and who's not looking at her. She's observing. She's observant. Interesting.
out of it, almost. And that's why I thought it was odd that he just drove by me. There was no fucking or anything. And I eventually walked back up to my car, got my car, drove down, and I was like, this has got to be the house, the way the numbers are going. And so I pulled into the drive in there, and that's when I noticed that the light had been blocking the numbers. And so I jumped out of the car, and I eventually walked back up to my car, got my car, drove down, and I was like, this has got to be the house, the way the numbers are going.
When she says drove down, now I know where she's at. She's definitely by the Queen's apartment when she says drove down. She's by the Queen's apartment. Okay, got it.
And I eventually walked back up to my car, got my car, drove down, and I was like, this has got to be the house, the way the numbers are going. And so I pulled into the drive in there, and that's when I noticed that the light had been blocking the numbers.
So she said that's when I pulled into the drive there. This is very different from what she was explaining prior. Prior to this, she was explaining the courtyard. I was in the courtyard. I was in the bushes. There was no walkway. But now she's like, oh, I just pulled into and then magically, oh my God. So magically, after driving, no, I just don't think. I don't think she drove past 112 King Road because she would have seen it. She would have seen it. In my opinion, I just don't believe that she drove past 112 King until this last time. Because the way she's explaining it is different from how she was explaining it before.
And so I jumped out of the car and I put the bag by the door because, I guess it is apartments now, it's coming out, but there was nothing to tell me that was apartments and it needed to be directed at a certain place, so I just left it at the door and snapped a picture, and then I left. And I was there probably, I'd say 15 minutes. It was a while of me walking around trying to find it because I remember being stressed out because of time. Because Doordasher we get.
Was there some sort of time limit or something?
You get paid by your delivery, so you only get so much per delivery. They are doing a trial right now where they're actually paying me by the hour because
I want to say here that she says she remembers it was 15 minutes because she was nervous, right? That's what she said.
find it because I just left it at the door. I guess it.
Watch, listen to this. Because this is further proving my point. This is further proving my point that I believe, in my opinion, that she was dealing drugs. I believe she was dealing drugs here, in my opinion. Because listen to this.
Blocking the numbers. And so I jumped out of the car and I put the bag by the door because, I mean, I guess it is apartments now, it's coming out, but there was nothing to tell me that that was apartments and it needed to be directed at a certain place, so I just left it at the door and snapped a picture and then I left. And I mean, I was there probably, I'd say 15 minutes. It was a while of me walking around trying to find it because I remember being stressed out because of time. Because Doordasher began.
Was there some sort of time limit or something?
You get paid by your delivery, so you only get so much per delivery. They are doing a trial right now where they're actually paying me by the hour because I have really high stars, except for my time is really bad because I always get orders that nobody else.
No, Jeff, you're absolutely right. Yeah, for sure. For sure. And she was observant. She's like, she noticed the girl in the window watching her. She noticed her hair color. She noticed, she even says, she goes as far as to say a hammock. So, I mean, like, was the girl, you know, not gliding, you know what I mean? And she also noticed the guy in the tan sedan. In fact, she said he didn't even look at me. He didn't even look at me. And then I think to myself, is that like behavior of someone guilty, of someone committing a crime, of someone hiding? I mean, the girl for sure, the girl ducking is behavior of someone hiding something. However, the dude in the sedan, I mean, it's possible he's just not wanting to show his face, right? I mean, there's that. He's like, fuck, I'm not going to look at her. I'm not going to look at her because if I look at her, she'll see me. So there's that too. Thank you, Jeff, for joining the chat. 112 King Road had lights that were pointing straight down. They were inside the overhang, so no light was actually pointing to the numbers. And I think even the officers in the daytime body cam footage got it wrong during the noise complaint. I see what you're saying. Swinging and a swinging. Like, sometimes words escape me, but you guys know what I'm talking about, right? Swinging in a hammock. My wife from El Salvador. Oh, she's from El Salvador. Okay, shout out to El Salvador. I hear that Salvadorians are one of the sweetest people, honestly. And in El Salvador, every house has 2 or 3 hammocks inside it. Yeah. If Ethan was naked in the bed, is it possible Ethan and Xana were doing stuff with each other by their window and Molly just has the window wrong as she? Yeah, but like if you're doing stuff, right? Like you're not going to be by the window. Well, I don't know. See, maybe. Good point. Could be Xana. You think, Jeff, you think that was Xana? Jeff, is that what you think, that was Xana that Molly saw? Let me know.
Supposed to do, or they've been rejected, and so my time, my stars are like way down there. So I've been actually doing better with the by the hour wage, but still 15 minutes to be looking for one address is a little ridiculous, and so many parties and so many people, and I felt uncomfortable. And I remember seeing, it's an odd thing, but like underwear and stuff in the street, and I was like, what the heck, this is so weird.
Yeah.
And it had been my 3rd time there that night.
Okay.
And the girl popping in and out of the window was strange, but never coming down.
Right. Because Molly, this is what I'm saying. Because Molly now is like, Molly's like, dude, why are you ducking? The goods are right here, baby girl. The goods. I just dropped off the goods. Why are you ducking? Come get your shit so I can go the fuck home. So I can see why Molly's like, huh, what's going on here? What? Yeah, I get it.
Okay, so once you left at the door, then what?
I just got in my car and I left, and I went through campus, and I hit the light as you're coming to the window, and I got another order to email my phone, so I went back to Pullman to Jack in the Box, and I went there, and he had thrown away my order, so he remade my order, and I got sent to a dorm in Pullman. It was my
But you just told us 112 King was the last order. So why'd you have to go back to Jack in the Box, right? If 112 King was your last order, why'd you go back to Jack in the Box? What order did they have to remake? I'm confused.
remade my order, and I got sent to home, so I went back to and I left, and I went to this is so weird.
Yeah.
And it had been my third time there that night.
Okay.
And the girl popping in and out of the so
What? She said third time again. So when Molly, at the beginning of this interview, Molly says 3 calls. And I was under the impression when she says 3 calls that 2 were coming from Queen and 1 was coming from 112 King. But now, to me, I'm taking this as the 3 calls were from 112 King. Listen to this.
I did. And so my stars are like way down there. So I've been actually doing better with the by the hour wage. But still 15 minutes to be looking for one address is a little ridiculous. And so many parties and so many people, and I felt uncomfortable.
She says so many parties and so many people, and I felt uncomfortable. Noted. 4 a.m. This is like people like, yeah, there were parties. So there was parties going on at 4 a.m. But yet we have witnesses, we have neighbors saying that they didn't hear a thing, and then we have other neighbors saying that yes, they heard. It's like 2 different groups here, right? Some heard parties and noise, others did not. Molly, who was physically there, closer to the home, is now stating that there was parties and she felt uncomfortable. And so many people, and I felt uncomfortable. Wow, Molly.
Then I remember seeing, it's an odd thing, but like underwear and stuff in the street, and I was like, what the heck, this is so weird.
Yeah.
Then it had been my third time there that night.
Okay.
And the girl popping in.
Yes, Jeff. She says the 3rd floor bathroom. 3rd floor bathroom window. Now I have to look at the crime scene photos. She said the 3rd floor bathroom window is. And then wait, like, Molly, how do you know that's the bathroom? And then like, exactly. And then Molly, how do you know that's the bathroom, Molly? Like, what?
In and out of the window was strange, but never coming down.
Oh, wait, she doesn't say it, right? She doesn't say bathroom. It's said in the report. I take that back. Molly doesn't say bathroom. She just says window. But it's said in the report that it's the bathroom window. Who came up with that conclusion? Exactly. Exactly, Jeff. Who came up with that conclusion that it was the bathroom window? Right?
Okay, so once you left at the door, then what?
I just got in my car and I left, and I went through campus, and I hit the.
Wait, because the very start of this interview, you said 112 King was your last order. But now Molly is saying that I went through campus and I hit
light as you're
the lights as
coming
you're
to Winco, and I got another order.
as
email
you're
my phone,
going
so I went
to Winco, and I got another order to email my phone. So as she's driving off, she got another order. Okay. Okay. So she thought it was the last order, but it ended up not being her last order. Okay, I got that.
to Pullman to Jack in the Box, and I went there and he had thrown away my
She went back to Pullman, to the Jack in the Box in Pullman, and I went there.
order, so he remade
And when she went to
my
pick up
clock.
that order, they had thrown it away. And so they had to remake the order. Now this is making sense. Okay.
Or my map on I'm trying to figure out what I would and pop. So the and just the house number on that road. You look, you see what's going on. That's why I thought it was odd that he just drove by me. There was no stopping or anything. And so I pulled into the drive and then at the door out because I always get orders that nobody else wants to do or they've been rejected. And so my stars are like way down there. So since so many people and I felt uncomfortable.
Okay.
And the girl popping in and out of the window was strange but never coming down. And I hit the light as actually.
Okay.
So it was those three ones. They were just like bang, bang, bang. It was a dorm in Pullman. It was my last delivery to Moscow, actually.
Okay.
So it was those three.
She went to Pullman. Why she went to
On my
Pullman?
phone, so I went back to
So this now it's like past. Now it's a little after 4 and she's in Pullman. Well, not a little because she drove to Jack in the Box in Pullman. Then to drop off the order. So I'm now assuming this is what 4:30 by this time.
Pullman to Jack in the Box, and I went there and he had thrown away my order, so he remade my order, and I got sent to a dorm in Pullman. It was my last
She got sent to do a dorm in Pullman. I don't know.
delivery to Moscow, actually.
Okay.
So it was those three ones. They were just like bang, bang, bang. That little bit of time, I was there so many times in Pullman. It was my last delivery to Moscow, actually.
Okay.
So it was those three ones. They were just like bang, bang, bang. That little bit of time, I was there so many times, just back and forth. It was double orders, 2 every time. One of them I actually delivered to an apartment, and this one here.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah, there's also that is a
Let's verify that, Jeff. Let's verify that because, and it's okay. So right now we're at 9:24. Okay, we'll go back there.
in front, but I didn't see them.
like Alex was saying, the first thing
Where is that?
Here we go. This is when she says it.
I would swear that she was swinging on a hammock or something, but she could have just been on.
She said top window on the
I
left.
kind of walked around with my flashlight, so I'm on my phone trying to figure out where it was. I remember when I pulled up, I saw the girl in the window that he told you about.
That he told you about. I don't know who he is, but there's a he. There's a he that spoke to Payne, and this he person told Payne about the girl in the window.
That top window on the left.
Top window on the left, Jeff. Top window on the left is what she says.
I would swear that she was swinging on a hammock or something, but she could have just been on the top of a bed or something. It seemed odd.
Swinging on a hammock. So, Jeff, you're thinking that this swinging could have been like having sex? Someone was having sex? Top left. All right. So, we need to check out the crime scene photos, right? Girl in the window, swinging. We got to go to the crime scene photos. Because now, at this point, she's not. Here's the thing, though, Jeff. Here's the thing. Right now, when she sees this, she's parked by the Queen's apartments. She's in that parking lot back there by the Queen's apartments when she sees the girl. So this could be the back of the home. You get what I'm trying to say, Jeff? This could be the back of the home that she's looking at, not the front of the house. Could be the back of the house. Right? You get what I'm trying to say? Because at this point, she's at that park. She's in that
Because
parking
she was
lot.
watching me. And usually when you do an order and that's somebody sees you, if that's where it's from, they see you, they come running down to the door, whether it's a no contact order or not. She jumped right down as soon as she saw me and saw that I saw her. I noticed several times as I was walking around and trying to find the place, she would pop back up in the window and I would see her again.
Hold on, Jeff. Hold on, Jeff, because you're saying, are you talking about the way you're stating this is if Molly McMichael is at the front of the house. But what if she's by the Queen's parking lot though? What if she's behind the house? You get what I'm saying? Then it would not be the bathroom window, right? Or am I not getting this correctly?
Okay. Give me 1 second. This is it. So, okay. Show report.
I just want to know, how did the cops determine that it was the bathroom window? Because look, hang on. I'm going to share my screen. I hate when my lipstick does that. Okay. Check this out. Because here, look what they're saying. They're saying that they see a female in the top left window, the third-story bathroom. How did they determine that that's what she was talking about? Is what I'm not understanding. Now, let me go back to the video. Okay, let's play this. We're at 9:24. Okay, we're at 9:24, right? This is where we left off. Dude, I've been on for an hour and 30 minutes. I've been on for an hour and 30 minutes, and we're only 9 minutes in. We're only 9 minutes in. Payne is such a fucking dumbass. That big old head is useless. That big old head is fucking useless. The fuck? He should be asking follow-up questions. Describe the person you saw. Describe the car you saw. Describe every fucking detail. What the fuck? He's just sitting there. Like fucking giggling. Like this is so fucking stupid. Are we forgetting? Are we forgetting what we're investigating here? Are we forgetting that we're investigating a quadruple homicide here? And this fucking person was at the scene of the crime. This is ridiculous. Clearly, they must think she's talking about the top left on the front of the house, or they wouldn't have set the bathroom. I know, Jeff. And what I'm trying to say is it doesn't match up with her story because she said this interview went the way it begins, she says that she drove up to the Queen's apartments, right? And she was parked in that area back there. She was not at the front of the house at this point. She later says, then I drove down. She says, after this, she says, then I drove down. So when she sees the girl, she's not at the front of the home. I've always wondered if her heavy drug use didn't start after the scary encounter with the Idaho killer, combine that with losing her husband in the tragic, violent way. Meth use makes you paranoid, which could make you perceive someone is hiding from you. That's a good point. Honestly, that's a very good point. I mean, but she was specific though. She said ducking. She specifically described her hair. She said swinging in a hammock. I don't know. Yeah, later she yeah, that part of it, because then she says, see? See, Jeff, she's parked up there, Jeff. She's parked up there. Jeff, right here, she's in the back. She's in the back side of the house when she sees the courtyard. See, she wasn't in the front of the house. She's telling you there was no path. She was behind the house. Now, when she's walking down this road, this is not the front of the house. She's still on the side by Queen. I'm telling you, she's by Queen Road Apartments. All right? See? She walked up. That means, Jeff, she was up there. She was behind the house. She was not in front of the house. She told you she saw the girl when she was parked up there. See? See? There you go. There you go. Boom. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Jeff. Like, I'm not, I'm in disagreement with you on this. When she says she saw the girl, she wasn't parked in front of the house. She wasn't. She wasn't. So, yeah. That's what. Oh, Jesse, you think the car was white? You think the car is white? Because I do also. I thought it was strange that she kept saying tan sedan. I'm like, wait, no. Maybe the lights, maybe like, could the lights have given off the reflection of a tan vehicle? Maybe, perhaps. Wait, I'm incorrect. The top left third floor window on the back of the house is the bathroom. Uh, I mean, Jeff, I agree with you there. It could have been the light. With that, I agree with you. It could have been the light, is why she saw it tan. Possibly. Bubbly, my love. Just, oh my God. Bubbly made my fucking week. Girl. Oh shit. Oh shit. Bubbly's in the chat. Bro, Jeff, no shoot. Now I'm all confused. See, this is why I didn't agree with Ann Taylor not liking the idea of the miniature house. Would have helped jury understand and not get confused. Exactly. Exactly. Because Molly, at the very beginning, she's telling you, I saw the girl. I saw the girl. She's telling you at this very beginning of the whole fucking interview, right? Guys, the first 8 or 9 minutes of this interview, she's telling you she saw a girl ducking, right? Swinging, ducking, swinging, ducking, swinging, swinging, ducking, swinging, ducking. That's kind of weird. That's a weird movement. That's a weird movement she's explaining here. And not only that, she told you, she literally, she told you she was by the Queen Apartments in that parking lot area. So that means she was watching. The window she is seeing, the window she is looking at is the window behind the home, not in front of the home, in my opinion. Right? I don't know. I'm just going by what she's saying, honestly. This is his input. This is what you got to bring to the table. Pain, this is what you have to bring to the table. Yeah. Quite the party spot. Quite the party spot. I can't with this motherfucker. I can't. I'm sorry. Excuse my language. Really? That's interesting, Molly, that it was so loud and so many parties happening at 4 a.m. Because honestly, Molly, students are saying they heard nothing. Everyone went to bed. Remember what Dave Berry said. Barocha, borracho. Oh, you know borracho? You know what borracho means in Spanish? Drunk, drunkard. I think it's funny how his last name, borracho, barocha, because he was interviewed. He was interviewed by, what was it, Dateline or something? And Barocha said it was eerily quiet. It was eerily quiet that night. It was eerily quiet that night. You couldn't hear a thing. You usually hear parties, people screaming, having fun. But David Berry said, no, no, on that night, it was eerily quiet, right? And there was someone else. There's someone else that also says that. A couple people say that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, it's because of the football games, Molly. Don't worry, it's the football games. Bitch, there's no clock in, clock out in DoorDash. What are you talking about? Jeff, are you still saying it's the bathroom? You're still saying it's the bathroom, a booster chair. Everyone else said it was quiet that night. I'm gonna have to pull a damn floor plan. Jeff, can you please let me know? Yearly, keyword yearly. Yeah, exactly. Okay, I checked. Oh, damn. Okay, I checked the floor plan. The back of the house only has 2 windows on the 3rd floor, but bathroom window? So allegedly some of the girls at 1122 put in a complaint at the university about the way the cops were harassing them due to university rules. Those are not available to the public for view. These motherfuckers, yo. These sick motherfuckers. Like, you could tell. Bro, you could just tell. Like, you could just tell. When you saw Rosie's cam, the way he approached that house, like, I'm getting the chills. You could tell the way he was talking to Kaylee. Like, yo, I don't know, man. These cops are fucking nasty, dirty. Amy, long time, baby. What's up? So this is 100% verified. It's the top left 3rd floor window from the front of the house. That is the bathroom. Pain brings a boost. Payne brings his big old head that has a tiny little bitty brain. That's what he brings to the table. His little itty bitty brain. Oh no, you don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about that because if you show us how much you got paid, then we'll have to, you know, see who else you were delivering to. And God forbid, we need that information, right? God forbid we need to know who else you're dealing to, right? I 100% believe that this girl here, you're not going to make all this money from door dashing. You're not. You're not. You made a good penny that night? Did you really? You made a good penny that night. I'm sure. I'm sure everyone was partying it up that night. Good money. She made good money on fucking DoorDash? No, no. There's no way. Okay, but Jeff, what do you mean? Like, you think she made good money that night? So you're saying 150 is good? Like the way she said it, I don't know. Payne is asking how long you started. This is something you could just have known already. By this point, you should have pulled her records, her employment records. You could have verified this data so that you're not coming up here with fucking useless questions. Useless fucking questions, how long you've been fucking doing this, because you should already have fucking known this. He passed away in my bathroom. Was it an overdose or what was that? Now, this would be the point where Payne says, "Okay, but where were you when you saw the girl, right? Where exactly were you?" Now, let's see if he asked that question. Really? You guys can't hear it? Oh, fuck. Can you I'm just gonna play it again. Let me know if you can hear it, please, guys. Sorry, you guys. Let me try and do this again then. I don't know why you can't hear it. Let's do it one more time. Thank you for joining, you guys. I got this. No, only you can hear. Oh, wow. Hold on. Let me try and share my screen again. I'm sorry, you guys. Give me 1 second, okay? Um, all right. Stop screen. Okay, I'm gonna try and we can hear you talk, but can't hear the video. Okay, here we go. Thanks to you guys for joining. I appreciate it. I am going to redo it, like put it on the stage again. Okay, so hang on. Window share. Here we go. Let's see if this works now. Okay, play. Can you please let me know if you hear this, guys, please? Oh wow, you can't hear this? No, no. Oh, okay. No worries. No worries. I think I know why. Give me one moment. Okay, sorry guys. Um, okay, I think I know why it may not be working, but let's do it again. Lake Campbell best buddies was Steve and G and Jack. Yes, Bubs. So many of them, all from. Okay, you guys. I'm so sorry. Let's do this again. It was working before, right? Or this whole time you guys have not been able to hear it. Interviews. Okay, Molly. Well, here we go. Now let's play it and share. Okay. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 1, 2, testing, play. Testing, 1, 2. Let me know if you guys can hear this. Testing, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, this is interesting over here. Someone was saying that they were texting her ETA, ETA. Now we remember Dylan. Remember that Dylan is texting someone. Remember that Dylan is texting, asking someone for the ETA. Okay, so let's listen. Okay, here we go. Still no sounds. Still no sound, guys. Really? Okay. Then what I'm gonna have to do is this is weird. It's not meant to be. Can't hear it. We've got subtitles though. What this is strange. Oh, how about now, guys? How about now? Can you hear it? How about now? Can you hear it now?
I would say blonde hair, he was male. I would say it's hard to be sitting down, so the blonde, I would say maybe a light, because of maybe a beard, probably a short. Um, and he, I probably those glasses or not.
I don't know, guys. This fucking sucks. I'm so sorry. Like, oh, you do. You do. You hear it. Okay. Okay, okay, okay. Let's go back.
I've been sitting there looking around and trying to find things. I remember I got out and I walked partway up and looked up here at this pathway, the road there. And my map telling me to go in there. Um, I have a tendency to end up walking half a mile from my car because my map tells me to. So I actually didn't want to do that. I was tired. So I ended up turning around and back getting in my car and driving up there. And realized that the road didn't go any further. Thinking maybe it went around or something to get there. But my map just kept telling me to go in like right into the middle center courtyard. And I thought that was just weird. And then walking back down with my flashlight, which is when I got the car. And so again, there was no pathway. I was just double checking to make sure that I wasn't doing something wrong.
So I don't mean to interrupt you, but when you're back here looking around, can you kind of describe to me just what it looks like with that?
It's so dark, and in between the trees, you could just see like lights and like things were open. I want to say it was like warm and inviting. It looked nice. It looked,
Yeah.
you could go back there, but I did not see a pathway. So it was okay for me to walk back.
Yeah.
I didn't
Okay, so then you start walking back down.
more back down, and then I realized that I didn't miss something. I didn't not see a path. I was checking again, and so I drove back down again, and I walked back up to get my car, and I drove back down, and I ended up pulling up into the drive, thinking maybe I could go on that way.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually parked my car right kitty corner here because I saw the light. Finally, I could tell that the light was hiding the numbers on my house. And that's when I realized that was the car. And I knocked it off. And that would be when I jumped out and I put the bag right there by the door and took a picture. And then I left because it was a no contact delivery.
Oh, what? Okay.
Yes, which means that I just take a picture, I send it, and I go. I don't wait for anybody. I don't.
So,
It's crazy.
yeah. So when you back up here, just kind of walking, make sure I fully understand. So you're walking back to your car, and this is when you see the car that you mentioned?
When I got a car after I had like parked up here and I was walking down.
Walking down.
And he was driving down the right around here. He didn't.
So you come around, so then you go and drop everything off. Did you see the car again after that? Did you,
It left.
Okay.
It's just the only reason like I remembered it is because he didn't give me a wonder I was doing,
Yeah.
and he was very just, you know,
Yeah.
yeah, and there was no nothing.
Mhm.
Especially to be a girl in the dark, there's not a lot of light on that road.
Yeah.
And if you walk around with a flashlight and looking around and poking around to somebody's yard,
Yeah.
you would think most people stop and be okay,
Right.
all right.
Especially early morning.
Exactly. It just seemed odd to me.
So when and I've been up there quite a bit, but the road's fairly narrow.
Yeah.
Were you pretty close to this car, or were you,
I mean, the drove,
how close do you think it was?
not very far. I mean, there's just, walking on the road.
I believe her. I believe her. Her arm movements, she's tapping into a memory here. And she even does the arm movements. I believe her.
I didn't walk in the grass or anything. There's not a lot of space. I just had the other cars parked right. I mean, he was right there.
Did you know anything about the car, any sound or anything out of the ordinary?
No, and I've been racking my brain too.
No, that's
Well, it just seems so odd for him to be there. He didn't seem out of place. He actually seemed there.
Okay, this part is actually to the benefit of the defense. This part is actually to the benefit of the defense because she literally is telling you that he didn't seem out of place in a college town. She says there was parties. It was loud. There was parties around this time, around this hour, okay? Which is 4 a.m., you guys. Pretty much. Can I tell you what happened pretty much at 4 a.m.? Because Molly is telling us, and Molly is telling us there was parties going on. And Molly here is telling us that the person she saw in the white sedan did not seem out of place. Now, to me, I'm going to take this as then the person who was driving was possibly a student then. It couldn't be Brian Kohlberger because Brian Kohlberger would have looked like he's out of place here. He would have stuck out as like a sore thumb. So this statement, it helps his defense. It helps his defense.
In play, to his demeanor, I mean, everything just did not look at all. I mean, just turned his head.
When you say you look like you in place, what do you mean by that?
He didn't look disheveled or like at 4 o'clock in the morning trying to get ready for work and you have to leave or something like that, or running late or TV right back with the other. Yeah.
Could you describe that person for me?
I would say blonde hair, he was male. I would say it's hard because he's sitting down, so he looked blonde. I would say maybe a light, because maybe a beard, probably just short.
Good.
I keep trying to find if there was glasses or not, and I can't remember. She had glasses.
So you white
White, yes,
White?
yes, pink, white,
Okay.
and blonde, very light blonde. Not the dark blonde where it can almost be brown, but very light blonde. Short hair, clean cut.
Did you notice anything about clothes or?
Light clothes, but not anything that would stand out. I would almost say have it in the car and really think about it because they're seeing that well. I'm not
So she says that 2 times. I mean, Molly has a good memory, bro. Molly has a good memory. She says twice that there's the inside of the car, the light was on. Why would someone have the light on inside a car? Looking for something. Looking for something, you need the light on inside the car, right?
in the car.
And again, she says light blonde. She specifically, I mean, this is why Ann Taylor had Molly on the defense. Molly was one of Ann Taylor's witnesses right here. Because every statement she is stating is helping Brian Koberger's defense. Brian Koberger has dark brown hair.
Hair, clean cut.
Did you notice anything about clothes or?
Light clothes, but not.
Does anyone, I saw a bubbly in the chat with Zach McClure. Does he have a bike or a scooter? Do you know if Zach McClure has a bike or a scooter? I remember that name.
Stand out.
I mean, I know that's Jenna's brother.
Seeing that well. On the street.
Look at her. Like, yo, for someone she's pretty sharp. She's pretty sharp for someone that uses, right? Because she says the light was on. That's why I saw him so well.
Because I saw him very quickly. Which is odd. I don't know why. But they didn't flash the
I want to play that. I want to play the flashlight part because I don't think this was Molly with the flashlight. Because when Molly says she has the flashlight, I don't know, maybe, but why would you be flashing the ground? Why are you flashing the ground? And if you're looking for an address, a number, why are you flashing the grounds instead of like the houses? I don't get that part. He's Jenna's twin. Does he have a scooter? Hello, Stoner. Hello, chat. What's up, Leah? Girl, what's up? Thank you. Thank you for joining. Matt Moyer is the one with the bike. Okay, got you.
I think he would look at me when the fact that they didn't like
So when you're out you've been there twice before that night. Is it common to see cars driving through there? Did you see traffic when you were up there earlier? Do you see people that kind of, can you just
I
drive through the
actually
general
see-
vibe?
anybody really, both deliveries, I had to drive up and I came up in the middle, they were both in the middle. The first delivery, actually, I drove up in the middle. And that was a huge order, because he was texting me the entire way.
He was like, where them drugs at, girl? Where them drugs at? And look at him. Oh, baby boy, look at you. You love that, didn't you? You love that comment, huh? Oh, what a fucking asshole.
Deliveries, I had to drive up and I came up. The first delivery, actually, I drove up in the middle. And that was a huge order, because he was texting me the entire way. ETA.
Yeah, where them drugs at, girl?
Maybe my ETA when I get there. I'm trying to get them all the way from Oregon. People don't, they're very impatient sometimes.
No, of course.
I mean, when you're fiending, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I can't remember anybody really walking around. He actually ended up coming out and talking walking to me for order.
Wait a moment.
ETA. Maybe my ETA when I get there. I'm trying to get that coming all the way from home. And people don't, they're very impatient sometimes.
No, of course, yeah.
I can't remember anybody really walking around. He actually ended up coming out and walking to me for order.
Talking and walking to me and immediately. You know what I've noticed on these stupid Moscow interviews? When someone says something out of hand, out of line, hey, you're the script. You're getting off track. You're getting off track. You hear that little noise. Da-dun, da-dun, whatever. I'm not describing it right, but da-dun. Get back on track, lady. Get back to the script. And look what she says. She says the guy fucking talked to her, walked out and talked to her. Who was it? And was he interviewed? Who was it and was he interviewed?
The other order was
Because now you have a witness. Now you have not only Molly, now you have another witness in the Queens Road Apartments that was up during this time, and they were partying it up during this time, and that person needs to be interviewed.
I actually parked down here this time, and I parked down closer to the corner because I wasn't sure where the apartment was. I ended up walking all the way around to try to the apartment. And ended up having wheelchairs downstairs all over the place. We couldn't find it, and it was in the center towards the end here. But it was upstairs. And I saw two people, a couple, they were walking, they walked up that way, and they were
Wait. Yo.
Having wheelchairs downstairs all over the place. We couldn't find it, and it was in the center towards the end here. But it was upstairs. And I saw two people, a couple, they were
Two people. It was a couple.
walking, they walked up that way, and they were coming into an apartment when I was dropping off the order.
Because I keep seeing a couple. The only couple that I've been seeing are the ones in the Queen Road Apartments. They were canvassed during that body cam canvas. They interviewed them, and that couple said they were sleeping all night. They didn't go out all night. I remember that couple saying that. I wonder if it's the same couple she's talking about.
They were college kids, and they were just coming home, they were loud, they were having a good time, and just had come home from the evening.
Wait, what couple?
Two people, a couple, they were walking, they walked up that way, and they were coming into an apartment when I was dropping off.
They were coming into an apartment when I was dropping off.
The order. College kids, and they were just coming home, they were loud, they were having a good time, and just
They were loud. They were having a good time. Again, this is 4 a.m. So the group that is saying that they don't hear anything are very suspect to me now. The group of people that said they heard nothing at 4 a.m. are suspect to me.
Lots of partying here and noise and everything all around. It was really hard to tell. But as far as around here, it's so dark. It's really dark. I don't like those apartments. It's the first time I've ever lived to those apartments at night. But my boyfriend, my ex-boyfriend, had told me that those were not good apartments in the past when we were younger. Yeah, he said that they actually considered those the white Harlem. You know, they call the white apartments down by being a bit more white Harlem, but these are the real white Harlem. And when I pulled up to it, I was like, really, this is where I am? Because I've lived here my whole life, but still, I'll a few places in Austin, and I'm like, what the heck? Where am I?
Yes. They also said they didn't hear gunshots without being asked anything yet. But there's actually in one of the body cams when they were canvassing, there's someone who brought up the gunshots without the cop asking. Someone brings up the gunshots. A couple people bring up the gunshots before the cop even says anything. And Leah, you're right. Leah, you're right. You're right. Because, I mean, seriously, Jeff, you know, she's been here before. How does she not know?
Do you think do you think perhaps you're, I just asked this just to clarify, but you think maybe the fact that this gentleman in the car was, seemed out of place, could it have been the environment that was like kind of a weird, darker environment? Or what struck you about?
Just the fact that he didn't pay attention to me at all.
Yeah.
And that seemed just odd.
It wasn't the fact that it was, because you're probably used to being blind.
Yeah, she's probably used to being like people are wanting Molly to come through. So she's like, "What the hell? Don't you need something from me? Like what the fuck?" I guess. I mean,
I guess, are you used to being out in the dark by yourself?
I am a lot. That's actually why I
um oh fuck. Sorry you guys. I fucked up. I clicked out of it. But you know what I want to do though? Actually, let's go to YouTube. Because let's look at this flashlight. I'm going to have to check out Molly's interview later because I want to look at this flashlight now. Let's go to where did I save this? So we're going to pull up the camera. Yeah, let's look at this because yeah, let's go there. Let's go to where Molly was that night. Right? Let's take a look at it. Give me one moment here. I'm going to pull it up. I hope this cooperates with me right now. Okay, so this was around 4 a.m., right? So we're going to go to 1112 King Road camera. We're going to go to the times of, let's see. Okay. All right, so hopefully this works here. I'm going to share my screen. Oh, thank you. I actually looked in the mirror this morning. I'm like, let me look at myself in the mirror this morning before I get on camera.
File.
All right, so shout out to Jules. I mean, she's the only creator I know out here with this. So we're going to give her a shout out. Thank you so much for this.
Moving around, sure.
I am going to put this on mute and we are going to look at this footage. Let me get this off the screen. Here we go. Let's do this. Now, Thank you so much. Jules with True Crime Reactions. Go give her a shout out. She worked her ass off to get this FOIA for us. And we are going to fast forward here. According to Molly McMichael's timeline, actually, no. According to Molly McMichael's timeline, right? 4 a.m. Let's look. She left at 4. Oh, wait. She left at 4. So it has to be the video prior to this one. Okay, so let's go to the video prior to this one. Yeah, this begins at 4. So it's not this one. Wait, is it this one? Here we go. It's loading. All right, it's going. I'm trying here. Come on, body cam. I mean, not body cam. 112 cam. Okay, so one two cam. Jules. Okay, here we go. So this would be between, it can't be 4. She leaves at 4. Okay, here we go. This is it? Yes, baby. Thank you, Jules. Thank you, girl. All right, here we go, guys.
Welcome to the new generation of Web3.
Okay, here we go. I hope you guys can hear this. Let's start it from here. How about now, Jeff? How about now, Jeff? I see video now. Okay, good. Now let's play it.
That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to tell you where it is. I'm not going to tell you what it is. I just want to see if you guys had the same sentiment down in the comments. So, that being said, I'll be back after this completely plays. I do have a couple of things I'm going to tell you guys that we also discussed in the live, but you're here for the video, so here you go.
3:30, right? 3:30. Hang on one second because we need to look at this timeline here. So 3:30 a.m. Let's see what car that is. Okay, so this is the white sedan at 3:30 a.m. This is the white sedan that Moscow is calling it the suspect vehicle 1. Okay, this is suspect vehicle 1 right here at 3:30. Check it. Now, the height of this vehicle is about the same height as this SUV. Are we sure? Are we 100% sure this is a sedan? How, wait. Okay, there it is. Okay. All right. And this vehicle looks, what I'm trying to say here, let's continue. Okay, this vehicle right here has tinted windows. So Moscow is stating this is Brian Koberger. Moscow said this is Brian Koberger, okay? One thing for sure is like, there's no way to identify who's driving that vehicle simply with this footage. There's no way this would have held up in court. There's a ton of reasonable doubt here. You hear screaming. So according to Molly's accounts, it does seem like people are partying here, right? Yeah. It seems it's loud. Yeah. Okay. In my opinion, it doesn't look like an Elantra because to me, Jeff, an Elantra is like more bubbly. It's like a bubbly, bubbly. To me, an Elantra is more bubbly, like a bubbly car. Like I think Nissan Sentra. You know how the Nissan Sentras are kind of bubbly? This vehicle that I'm seeing here, it's not as bubbly. I don't know. I can't make out that it's a Elantra. So it's just weird how Moscow just automatically zoned in on Elantra, you know? So I'm going to fast forward to 350 something because that's when Molly is said to have gotten the order, right? Okay. Now it's 3:32, 3:33. Is this the white sedan leaving? Let's see. I see a sunroof. I saw a sunroof. I don't know. It's hard to tell that it's an Elantra. I'm going to be honest with you. It's hard to tell it's an Elantra. So I just don't get it.
You gotta have the best.
I don't get how they just zoned in on that stupid vehicle. And now it's returning. You hear crying or laughing at this time. We know this is the time Dylan was already active. She was active on her phone on Instagram. She actually was on Visco posting pictures. Okay, you saw that person running over here? Look at this. At 3:33, this person begins to run outside of the home. Run, 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 run. Is that Lakeland? Well, wait, Lakeland says she leaves. Okay, so back again, 3:38, right? We're back again over here. So now 3:30, 3:30, 3:33. Now there's activity going on at 3:38, right? Let's see who's this. Okay, this is the one. Okay, I see a sunroof. Up here, I see a sunroof. This car is a little louder than the other one. Could they have been pressing their accelerate louder? But it's a little louder than the other one. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm lagging, so let me get myself out of the. Let me remove myself. You're absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct, Jeff H. I'm sorry. I don't mean to sound like that, but no, Jeff, you're absolutely correct. The thing is that this video is purposely sped up. So, in my opinion, this footage is purposely sped up. I'm not saying Jules did it. I'm just saying we received it that way. Okay. So, yeah, I do see running and you see walking. If this video was at the correct speed, at the actual speed it should be in, it's possible that she was walking. You're 100% right. She could have been walking. But the way this video was provided, it was sped up. I also see some cars going faster than they should be. Why are they doing that, right? And also at 3, I mean, so many things are happening around this time. Yeah, Molly and Liz Katovich, 3:30 a.m. Venmo. 3:38 is Brian's second pass. Okay, so Jeff, you believe this is Brian's car over here at 3:38? Okay, Jeff H, no worries. But listen to me. If you believe this is Brian vehicle, is that what you're saying? Okay. You think 3:38 is Brian. Okay, cool. Watch this. Now, let's listen to this car and then let's listen to the first vehicle, okay? Do they sound similar? Let's see. Now take a listen at this car. Listen when it comes through. You hear it? Okay, you heard that exhaust, right? You're saying that's Brian Kohlberger? Okay. Now let's listen to the exhaust. Let's listen to this one here. Let's hear this one out. Let's see if it's the same vehicle, okay? Let's go to 3:30 now. Yeah, it sounds like the same car. Okay. That sounds like the same car. Okay, cool. I was able to find that out. Okay, now watch this. Okay, and then it leaves again, right? It leaves again at 3:38. All right, it comes back, leaves again. Then it comes back, right? And then we get an ad.
Ah, the sweet sound of selling.
Okay.
Since the dawn of time.
I've been to that museum. Okay. And then it leaves again. All right, but let's hear it. I want to hear if it's the same vehicle. I just heard like a car door alarm right there, right here. I just heard a. Why does this car, it doesn't sound like the same vehicle? Why doesn't this car here sound like the others? That car doesn't sound like the others. Okay. Let's go down to what we're here for, right? We're here for Molly. Like, because honestly, I wanted to know, like, how do we know none of these cars are Molly? How do we know that? We're just guessing. We're guessing that it's Brian, right? We're just guessing it's Brian at this point. The flashing lights. And then, I mean, why are you turning your flash when you're up in Walenta? Why are you flashing your lights? Who are you trying to alert? Who are you alerting over here in Walenta? Because you're giving signals over here, right? Because my whole point is like, how do we know that that's not Molly? What are we just, you know what I mean? Okay, let's go to the next one. The next sighting, 346, right? Now this is an SUV. Now this is the car that Moscow is trying to tell it's telling Moscow is trying to confuse Molly and say, "Hey Molly, no, Molly, you saw this SUV, Molly? No, you didn't see a tan sedan like you thought you saw. This is the car you really saw, this SUV right here, right?" Is that a Subaru? Forester? What is this? So SUV at 346, right? You're entering. Let's see how long it stays. You hear that? What is that? What is that? Like a brake? Like a really bad brake? Really bad brakes? I also hear music in the background. There's the flashing lights. Warning, warning, alert, alert, alerting people, right? So you're telling me during this whole time they're waiting for their Jack in the Box, right? This whole time they're waiting for their Jack in the Box. Okay, there's now you hear singing. Now they're singing, right? Oh, that's probably what that sound was. Singing before that I heard. Not a breaks, just really bad singing. whoever's singing, they're happy. They're celebrating right now. They're fucking celebrating at this time. I have yet to see Molly. I have yet to see Molly McMichael. Okay. I have yet to see her vehicle approaching here. Oh my gosh, someone is singing with their throat. Like they're singing out of their throats. That's how bad it is. Can I tell you pretty much what happened at 4 a.m.? Because at 4 a.m., I'm hearing a lot of singing happening right here. Now it sounds like a fight. That sounds like Connor. I hear coughing or like you know when someone is hitting someone like like you know like forcing forcing with all your might like that's what I'm hearing. In my opinion. And it's I still don't see Molly, where you at? You should have been here. You should have been here with the story you're telling us, Molly. You said that you drove here, you drove up, you drove down, you drove everywhere. So where are you? Was Molly that SUV? Because I mean, right? You guys, I'm not tripping, right? Like where is Molly? Okay, so Jeff says that 346 is Molly. 346 is Molly. Okay, so you think Jeff, you think Molly is the SUV is what you're telling me. You think this is Molly over here. Okay, so Jeff, you think Molly's the SUV. Okay. All right, cool. So that means Molly is up there by Queen's apartment at this time, okay? All right, let's keep going. Then we hear all of this noise, right? Boom, boom, boom. We hear da da da, all of this noise happening. Let's keep going. Let's go to 350. Flashing lights, alerts, alerts, alerts. This is the public service announcement. There we go, alerting people, right? Okay, now Molly would have been up there still by the Queen's apartments. Okay, let's continue. Remember, Molly says at 3:59 is 3:58, 3:59 is when she took the photo and dropped off the food, right? So we got 10 minutes here. So I'm thinking she's still at the Queen's apartments, dropping off that large order over there, right? She's still back there. At this point, she probably saw the girl ducking up and down, right? The girl ducking. She may have seen the girl ducking at this point already from the back of the house, because I doubt she's in front of the house, in front of Wilma to King at this point. I doubt it. In my opinion, I don't know. Okay. So now let's continue here. That car is going pretty fast. I don't know what that is, but that's not, excuse me, that's not the flashing lights car. No. Look how fast that one's going. Compared the other car, the white sedan with the flashing lights, it's going super slow compared to this one. Oh, this one's going faster. All right. Now, let's keep going because I need to see Molly. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Hang on. Okay. Now, Molly enters. This is 3:51. Is it Molly? Is it Molly? Let's keep an open minds because it's possibly not Molly. All right. You think Molly would have walked? You think Molly would have walked all the way from the Queen's apartments all the way here? Really? I don't think so. You see the light shining on the grounds here. Watch. Molly, like if you're looking for, why do I see like another figure here? I'm seeing another figure here, and when I first saw this, I thought it was Murphy. But what I'm trying to say is like if you're looking for the house, why are you flashing the ground with your flashlight, right? You see this white thing here? You see that, guys? At first I thought that was Murphy. But I don't know. Could that be a flashlight? Could it be a flashlight or a dog? You see this white thing here? And then, I mean, it looks like a dude. It doesn't even look like a female. And Molly has a big back. I'm not like body shaming anyone, but Molly has a big back, right? And this person doesn't have a big back like Molly. You could see the neck here. Maybe her hair was in a ponytail or something. But this looks like a male person, and then it stops there. And then it just stops there. Like, is it possible that this was like this part of the video, like they just froze it for us just so that we don't see what else is going on here. Is it possible? Yeah, I think so. I think so. Maybe this person does other things that we cannot see because they just froze the frame on us. Look it. They're literally just standing still. And that quick turn, that was so awkward. So, so awkward. Let's go back because are we sure that's Molly? I don't know. Look at this awkward shit. What is this? It has a light here and then a light here. It's a light here and a light here. You think this have you guys ever heard of like people turning off your Ring cameras? Like I don't know what it's called, but you think they were trying to like get into the Ring cameras to turn them off? You know what I mean? You know what is that called? Like it's called something. I'm not making shit up. You can put something to the Ring camera to shut it off? You think they were trying to do that? You think this person was trying to see who had cameras in this area? I'm not sold that this is Molly, you guys. I'm not sold this is Molly. I'm not sold that that's a flashlight. There's a lot happening here. I don't know. I don't think that's Molly. I think this person is carrying something. This person is carrying something. And this person knows that there's a camera over here in this house. And that's why it's faced that way, in my opinion. What is this, guys? What is this? That's not a flashlight. There's two flashlights, one up here, one here. That's two flashlights. What is this thing? What is this? I don't think this is Molly, you guys. What if we're wrong? What if we're wrong and this is not Molly? Yeah, I think they put Molly in this position. I think they put Molly after they saw this footage. I think the cops were like, Molly, here's what we're gonna need from you. Molly, we'll clear you of this. We'll clear you of that. We got you, girl. We got a plea deal for you. We'll drop the charges. We'll drop the charges if you can simply testify for this. What do you guys think? I don't know. There's that car. There's that car back. That's the white sedan. Right? It has to be because we already know the noise, the sound of it, right? Now I'm gonna pull up another video. Give me 1 second. You hear this car? Okay. Okay, that's the white sedan, right? Okay, now let's listen to this car, right? Let's go here. Ready? Watch this. We're going to use our eyes and we're going to use our ears. What's that quote someone said? They tried to take away our sight and sound, and they're trying to tell us that what we hear is not what we hear, and they're trying to tell us what we see is not what we see. Right? But check this out. We heard that car, right? That car, the sound of that car is now engraved in our ears. And now we're going to go to this video and we're going to hear this car. Where is it? Now we're going to go to this car and we're going to hear this vehicle. Where you at? Matt Astro! And I'm going to end with this, and then I'm going to do a part 2 for Molly because we didn't get through her interview. Here we go. So we're going to listen to this fucking vehicle. Excuse my language. Okay. And let's listen to this car.
Oh, it's pretty fun, honestly. Very, very rarely are they not, and then somebody in their group is usually apologizing for them. Yeah, I mean, I can make up for it. It's amusing, though. It's fun to watch other people miserable. Have a good night. Hello. Welcome back.
I would like to,
Okay, here we go.
Like, I'm adding to, or you're making it now? You're adding to. Excellent. Gotcha. Okay. Anything else? You got it. So I have chicken taco and 3 5-cheese mac and cheese. Okay. 27.75. Hey. How many apples in the mac of the week? 0, TJ. 0. Order anything? Thank you.
Oh, I forgot. I forgot there's no sounds on this one. Damn. They didn't add sound to this one. You guys, I think, in my opinion, I feel that white car, in my opinion, that white car, I need to hear that car somewhere. I need to hear how that car sounds. Yeah. Anyway. I'm going to check it out. Thank you so much for joining, you guys. I appreciate everyone that came into this chat. I appreciate it. I'm going to come back with a part 2. I love it. Thank you. Take care and good night, everyone.